Here's our big secret we've been hiding from you guys. What's the S for? Sine. What's the C for here? Cosine. And yeah, those are the only three you thought ever existed, right? Well, there's actually 6 total. All right, and I'm about to introduce the other 3 to you today. All right, yes, there's sine, cosine, and tangent, but there's also 3 more. Good news, though, is those 3 are related to these 3. Okay, the 3 I'm going to show you are related to these 3. Let me start with the easiest one, and that is called cotangent. Cotangent, which is related to tangent. I'll tell you how they're all related in a second. All right, so cotangent, which again related to tangent. I have cosecant. Cosecant, that's related to sine. And then I have this new one called secant, which is related to cosine. So how are they all related? Ready? Let's start with cotangent. They are the reciprocals. Reciprocals, which means what do I do with a fraction? Flip. So you know how tangent's O over A? Cotangent's going to be A over O. Okay, A over O. So when I write SOHCAHTOA, I always like to write right underneath it now COT, which is the abbreviation for cotangent, which reminds me I need to flip tangent. All right, flip tangent. All right, let me go to secant. Secant is related to cosine. So how do you think I find secant? Flip it. Flip cosine. Now it's going to be hypotenuse over adjacent. All right. So that's called secant, but I abbreviate it SEC. And then the one that's related to sine, when I flip sine, that's called cosecant. And the abbreviation is CSC. So I flip sine, so it's going to be hypotenuse over opposite. All right, hypotenuse over opposite. So these are the 3 new ones. Let's go over them again. Cosecant, secant, and cotangent. I think personally these are easy. These 2 are easy to remember. Tangent, cotangent, right? Where you're going to struggle maybe is which one of these goes with cosine and sine. So let me give you a little quick trick. SEC, which is the abbreviation for secant, is also the abbreviation for what word in the English language?
Second.
Second. And notice where I put it. It's with the second one in SOHCAHTOA. All right, so that's a way to remember where if secant goes with cosine or sine. It's with the second one in SOHCAHTOA, so it's got to go with cosine. All right, so let me show you how this all works now. Here's my right triangle. I want to find all 6 now. Sine, cosine, tangent, and the 3 new ones I just showed you using this diagram. All right, and we're going from angle A. So make sure everyone knows we're looking at angle A here. All right, let's start with sine. We got to find all 6. Let me start with sine of A. All right, back to you guys. What do you know sine's equal to here? Who's up first here? What do you know sine's equal to? Let's roll 1, 3. Richie, what's sine equal to again? Yep, opposite over hypotenuse. And if I'm looking at angle A now, what side's opposite? Yep, good. Some of you guys are noticing here. Grant, what's opposite?
Radical 7.
Radical 7. And then what's my problem, everyone? No hypotenuse. It's blank, but we that's no problem for us. So what do I have to do there? Pythag. Yep, Pythag. All right, tell me what Pythag's going to look like before we find the side. True. Max, what's Pythag going to look like?
Radical 7 squared.
Yep.
Plus x squared. Oh wait, plus 3 squared.
Good job. Yep, that's the other side equals
X squared.
x squared, c squared. Perfect. All right, go ahead, kids. You figure out what that's going to be. And when you have that side, let me know. Isabel, when you're ready, let me know what that side is. 4, good job. X squared equals 16. So x equals 4, good. So I got 4 here. So radical 7 over 4. Now everyone stop here. While we're here, why don't we do the reciprocal while we're here? Which is cosecant. So now when I do cosecant A, I've already done the hard work. What do I do with radical 7 over 4? I just flip it because they're reciprocals of each other. And do we have some self-respect here today?
Yeah.
Can't leave that. Why not?
Can't have a radical.
That's right. Can't have a radical in the denominator, but your calculator will take care of that, right? 4 divided by radical 7.
So should we not just how you do the times radical 7 and then it turns
You can,
into
yeah,
7?
you can.
Okay.
Or just let somebody else do the work for you, right?
Fair.
Yeah, you can. That's what you've been hoping for all your math career, right? Somebody to do the work for you. Now it does. And you've seen nothing yet. Wait till I show you today on that bad boy. 4 radical 7 over 7. We're good? Yeah? Okay. Cosine now? What do you say? Cosine? Doesn't matter the order, but here you go. Cosine A. What do you know about cosine? How can I find the cosine value for Marnie? How can I find cosine? Good. Okay, somebody else. Now that I have all 3 sides, this should go pretty quick. Gabby, what's adjacent to A?
3.
Over hypotenuse?
4.
Good, so 3 over 4. If I know that value, I also know, what do I call it? Yep, secant, S-E-C. I know secant now. So secant of A will just be what then? 7. What do I got here? Ariana?
Wait, I was doing.
Remember, I know.
4 over 3.
Yeah, just flip it, right? 4 over 3. I can do hypotenuse over adjacent, but I already know what it's going to be. All right, let's keep trucking. How about tangent now? What do we know about tangent? 6. Ethan, what do you know about tangent?
It's opposite over.
You got it? So in this case here, what's opposite and what's adjacent for us? 9. Harper, we're going all over the place today. Love it. What? Good work. And then once I find that, now I can do cotangent. All right, cotangent. What are we looking at for cotangent now? All over the place. Awesome. Paige, you're up. I know tangent. Now I'm looking for cotangent.
Oh yeah, 5. We wrote it on. 3 root 7 over 7.
Good. All right. Let me just go from the beginning for everyone. I do have 3 over radical 7. Paige is like, I got some self-respect today. Can't leave a radical in the denominator. So I'm going to go 3 radical 7 over 7, according to my calculator. Good work. Oh, I am done. We didn't follow the directions. What else? Oh, what else? It said find all 6. Done.
Oh, find angle A.
And now find angle A. I would probably stay away from the new ones. Pick sine, cosine, or tangent. You guys know what to do in your calculator, right? I know some of you are going to get nervous when it comes to that restriction screen, right? So I'll pick cosine. Cosine A equals 3/4. Remember how we do this? I go to the solver. Get rid of that from today. Cosine X equals 3/4 for me. Right, I get nervous here. I don't have a quadrant either. What the heck is this figure? A right triangle, right? Angle A is not going to be any bigger than what?
90.
90, right? They got to add up to 180. Can't be any bigger than 90, that angle. So what's my minimum going to be? 0 to 90. Why do I get this?
You're in.
God! Never going to remember that. And it doesn't stay in it either. Every time I shut it down, it goes back.
2 days in a row, Mr. Kerr.
Yep. I hate it when lightning strikes twice. It drives me insane. Learn your lesson. Now I have no interval.
Because you did it from 0 to 10 instead of 0 to 9.
I get rattled. How about 41, everyone? Hey, there we go. Guy can do some math. Okay, all good? All right, let's do it. Whoa! Now we added to our positive. Where am I? Positive, negative chart, huh? All right, so let's get out. All students take classes, right? All right. Let's go first quadrant. What's the A stand for? Including the new 3 I just showed you. Everything is positive in the first. All right, go to the second quadrant. What's the S tell me? Sine is positive. Now let's add to that. Sine and its reciprocal now are positive there. All right, so sine and, what did we say the reciprocal of sine was? Cosecant. So those two now are positive in the second. Everyone good? It's the whatever's there and it's reciprocal. So I'm going to put a negative for cosine, positive for sine, negative for tangent, negative for cotangent, negative for secant, but now a positive for cosecant. That, whatever's in the quadrant and its reciprocal are positive there now. All right, what's the T for? Third quadrant, T for tangent and now cotangent. All right, tangent and cotangent. And now, C in the fourth for cosine and its reciprocal, which we're calling secant, S-E-C. So negative, positive, negative, 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 positive. I don't want to go by that fast. It's what's here and its reciprocal. Okay, I don't want to add more letters to it. All students take classes is good enough. We sure? Sine and its reciprocal. We just got to know what the reciprocal is. Tangent and its reciprocal. Cosine and its reciprocal. We good over there? What?
Your head's like.
Sorry, I got a big noggin. You can't fill that out yourself?
I mean, I could.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Yeah. Yep. Okay, determine the sign. I don't want to know the value. I just want to know is cotangent of 340 going to be positive or negative? All right, well, we got to decide what quad we're in, right? ASTC. All right, so here we go. 340. What quad am I in here? 8. Gabby, what quad am I in for 340? 4. So I look at quad 4. Only thing positive in quad 4 is cosine and its reciprocal. Is cotangent part of that? Nope. So it's going to be negative. I don't know what the value is, but I know it's going to be negative, and that's all they're asking me for. 123. Secant, 123. All right, where's a buck 23 at? Whoa, suspense. There we go. Max, where's 123 at? Second. Sine and its reciprocal. Is secant the reciprocal of sine? No, it's cosine, right? So we say this is negative. And where's a buck 84? 1, 3. Richie, where's 184? 3. Tangent and cotangent. Not cosecant, right? So that is also negative. Oh, ready for these now. These greater than, less than ones, but now with the new ones. Oh boy. Cotangent is, what's less than 0, a fancy way of saying? Negative, and secant is positive. Where? Well, it says which of the following angles could it be, but I think we should determine what quad I'm in first. All right, now, hey, can I give you a little, because I know some of you guys are going to struggle with this, especially with the new ones. If you don't like cotangent, what's it related to? They're in the same quadrant, right? Whatever quadrant in, the same things happen. So if you don't like cotangent, write tangent instead. And if you don't like secant, what's related to secant? Right? Now it becomes one of the problems we've done in the past. So if you don't like the new 3, write its reciprocal on top of it, and it's still the same problem. So now where's tangent negative? And don't yell it out, I need to call on somebody. Tangent negative, cosine positive at the same time. Where's tangent negative and cosine positive at the same time? Ooh. 7. Ariana, you ready?
Yeah, quad 4.
Yes, let's go. Quad 4, but I'm not going to write that down. They're looking for what angle, so now I pick which angle would be in quad 4 here. That angle could possibly be, what do you got, Harper?
225.
225. Where's 225?
Number 4.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. 310.
Okay, you good? Why?
What?
You sure? Why you're picking 310 versus 225 would be in the 3rd quadrant.
Yeah.
My angle's definitely in the 4th.
But wait. Okay, yeah.
Tangent is negative and cosine positive only happens in the 4th quadrant. So I need an angle from the 4th quadrant.
Yeah.
And out of these 4, the only angle that's in the 4th quadrant is 310. What, Grant?
How did you know cosine and tangent is in quad 4? If they're both negative, how did you know it's quad 4?
No. Ready? Tangent is negative and cosine is positive only in quadrant 4. How do I know? Because there's a C in quadrant 4, which tells me cosine's positive. Okay? You sure?
Yeah.
Anybody else? Because I got to go show you a trick on the calculator now. All right, now actually find these values. And I hate even your graphing calculator, the TIs have sine, cosine, tangent buttons, right? Your graphing calculator, they don't have cotangent, secant, and cosecant, but the numworks does. I just got to show you where it is. You can search all you want. You're not going to find it on the actual calculator. You ready? Where it is? I actually just learned this yesterday. I had no idea either. Do you see right here that looks like a toolbox? It's called the toolbox. Everyone see that button right there? The toolbox button? Okay, we hit that button. Is there anything? Why can't I get it? Oh, I got to go to thank you, calculation. Okay, we can see. I'm learning from you guys. I'm learning from you guys. Okay, so we go to calculation, toolbox. Up comes a lot of stuff. Like if I ever need to do absolute value, if I needed to do like some type of root that's not square root. Okay, keep scrolling down. You'll finally hit trigonometry. Everyone on trigonometry? Execute. You want to go to advanced here? So trigonometry advanced, and there they are. They're the 3 you need.
Oh
all right?
God.
Yeah.
I do that every time.
You have no idea what the past you had to do in the past with your TI. You have no idea. Yeah. All right, so what am I looking for in this first one here? Cosecant of 63. Darn thing does it for you. Just make sure you're in degree mode. Right? Make sure you're in degree mode. And what am I? Wow, nearest 1,000th. Oh, what is he doing to you? Trying to get you ready for Regents, I know. So what are we looking there? 1.122. 122. Right, thousandth is 3 numbers after the decimal, so you're looking at the 4th number. All right, go ahead, go back, cotangent of 245. So toolbox, all the way down to trigonometry advanced. What do we have? What's the issue though?
No, there's no issue.
Wait, no,
That was a good.
you don't have to go back into the thing and hit trigonometry. It just wait.
Oh, it just opens up when you hit the toolbox again? There you
So
go.
am I not like rounding?
What do you mean?
Like would I not put 0.5?
Oh,
No, we're not. Well,
nearest thousandth. That's to the nearest tenth. Right? You go tenths, hundredths, thousandths.
I wouldn't like put the 0.5 like I'm not rounding up. Never mind.
You look at that 4th number, and that 4th number will tell you if you're round to 6, up or down,
Okay.
or whatever it was. Okay. And then secant of 35, 1.22.
I thought it was 221 because aren't you rounding to the nearest thousandth?
What's the 4th number?
Seven.
The 7, and that was a 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 221.
221. Yep.
Paige, what did you do to your elbow?
We all good? All right, we're going to finish this because the rest of it's just on your calculator now. All right, so which one of these following values of x not in the domain? I get undefined. All right, undefined now. So I do cosecant of all these angles, and which one is it going to be undefined? Because that won't be in the domain.
Which one is undefined?
Or x is not in the domain, meaning there is no x value for that, meaning it's undefined. You're going to get a decimal, 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 but for one of them, no go, no go.
Oh, what? I got one.
Make sure you're doing cosecant.
Well, we didn't do this yesterday.
And which one of the 4 angles undefined? 180?
Are we gonna learn what are cosecants is?
No. No.
Not all the other ones.
Nope. You'll learn exactly what you need for the regions.
Perfect.
All right. We don't need to know this calculator in and out, just what we need to do to succeed. All right. And then finally here, I'm not going to write your answer in simplest form, exact value, which your calculator does already. Just watch out for part C. What's got to happen when you get to C?
Switch it.
Yeah, right. You got to switch it to what? Radian mode. All right. So watch out when you get to part C. All right. You got to switch it to radian mode. Go try to plug in 3 pi over 4 in degrees. So you find them, check your answers with mine up here. And there's no rounding because it says simplest, it says exact value. And you guys remember what exact means. No decimals, fractions or radicals only. If you can't get my values up here, let me know.